Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to learn how to go out into the wild and get content for your social media videos. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my job is to make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now, I recently had someone reach out to me and ask, how do you go out and how do you film magic performance videos for your YouTube channel, right? Do you just like walk up to random strangers and just say, hi, I'm a magician, can I show you a trick? And then have someone film it for you? Is there more that goes into it than that? Are you maybe a magic creator that has a bunch of really cool ideas, but not really anywhere to perform? So you have to go out and you have to collect performance footage of you performing the thing so that you can include it with your project that you're gonna sell to other magicians, right? We're gonna answer all of that stuff in this video. So the first thing that I wanna do is make a major disclaimer, right? And that disclaimer is that there are different photography and videography laws depending on what state you are in. So I highly recommend you go to .gov of whatever state it is that you live in. So for example, I live here in California. I'd go to california.gov and I would look at what the state of California says is allowed and what is not allowed when it comes to filming. 9 times out of 10, commercial use is going to require some sort of permit or something like that. But if you're just someone that's filming for like a YouTube channel or for personal use, usually there's a lot more leeway when it comes to that. So make sure that you're very clear with the laws and all of that stuff before you go out and start filming, because the last thing that you want is to get slapped with some kind of citation and have to pay a fine or whatever for performing something, right? So that's number one. Number two, you want to learn the difference between private property and public property, right? So I'll give you a little example. Myself and my friend Buck Bowen, when we put Deuce Gala together, we went out and we needed to capture some live footage of me performing magic. And we performed at a sort of like shopping mall center thing, right? And the way that the mall was set up, it was like sort of an outdoor mall with a bunch of roads coming through and everything. And it was like an outdoor mall. It wasn't like an indoor thing. It was like a very large, like outdoor shopping center, right? And so we thought, as long as we don't go like on the business's property, we will be fine, right? Because obviously we don't want to walk into a restaurant. We don't want to walk, right in front of the movie theater. We don't want to go here. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go places that we know that we're going to get kicked out of, right? Or trespassed. You definitely don't want to be trespassed from somewhere, because now if you show up again, you're not going to be allowed in, and you can get in trouble with the police, right? You can get arrested. You can get fined. So definitely don't get trespassed, especially from some place that you like to visit, right? But in this particular situation, we didn't do our homework all the way. We knew most of what we were doing, but what we didn't know is that the property, the entire property, is owned by a corporation that leases all of the different businesses out. But those roads that were included in there were not considered public roads, which is where we were performing. We were performing like on the sidewalk. They weren't considered public roads, they were considered private property. So one of the security guards came up to us and was basically like, hey guys, you gotta go, you can't be doing this here. Now, to be fair, the security guard was super chill and let us finish the trick that we were doing, but as soon as we were done and the cameras turned off, he came up to us and was like, hey man, you can't be doing this. So huge shout out to that guy. Afterwards, we had a great conversation with him and everything, but it just goes to show that even me and Buck, we know what we're doing, but if you don't do your homework and you don't know what's public and what's private property, you do run the risk of getting in trouble, right? So all public property means is property that's owned by the state, that's paid by the taxpayers. So a public park, a public beach, a public sidewalk, right? Places that the public can be, where no individual person owns that particular property. It's paid for by the state. that is public property, right? Now, if you wanted to perform on private property, that's totally fine. Just make sure you get permission first. Usually, if you know someone that works at a restaurant or something, you can be like, hey, can I show some magic to some of the patrons? And we'll ask for permission first if they want to be filmed. That's what I do at the Irish pub that I perform in. I ask the patrons, hey, is it okay if I shoot a little video of this to put on my YouTube channel? And if they say no, I say, okay, cool, no worries. We'll put the camera away. I'm just going to show you guys some magic anyway. And if they say yes, then we film it and I use that footage for my YouTube channel or for my products or whatever that I need to do. Now, again, I got permission to be able to do that. So it's very important if you're going to be performing in public that you know the laws and what the state says when it comes to public photography. And if you're going to perform in private, you got to have permission first. Hey everyone, so sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank the newest members of the mob for joining. Thank you guys so much. It's because of you that I'm truly able to keep this channel going. You're going to get early access to videos, you're going to access tutorials, lectures, and even get one-on-one access with me where you can pick my brain about anything that you like. If you guys would like to join them and become a member of the mob, please click the join button, or you can click the membership tab right here on the channel for more information. If you guys would like to see some more awesome magic, please head over to my online magic shop at o'brienmagic.com. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for the interruption. And now back to the video. All right, so now let's assume you've got permission to film where you're gonna film from whoever the person is that's in charge, whether it be the state or a business owner, right? Now, let's talk about how to approach somebody, because you don't wanna just walk up into someone's face and be like, pick a card, any card, and you have like, you know, John with like the camera like all up in their face, like throwing the camera in their face. You don't wanna do that. What you want to do is you want to look for someone that looks like they're not busy, they're just kind of hanging around. Usually if it's like a couple sitting on a park bench or something, that's a really good option for me to approach. Or someone that's waiting and they look kind of bored and they're just on their phone. Maybe they're waiting for maybe they got tickets to a movie theater or something and their movie time hasn't come up yet. And you want to approach them and you want to show them something, right? Those are the types of people that I would usually approach. Now, everyone's approach is different, but this is how I do it. I walk up and I say, hi, my name is Michael. I'm so sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. I just wanted to let you know that I'm a professional magician and this is my friend Dave over here. And what we're doing is we're going around and we're just getting some clips of me performing magic for my YouTube channel. Does this sound like something that you would be interested in? Just watching a fun magic trick and letting my buddy Dave film it? Is that okay? And then one of two things is gonna happen. They're either gonna say yes or they're gonna say no, right? If they say yes, awesome. If they say no, I don't argue with them. I don't try to convince them. I don't try to tell them, oh, no, but you don't understand. This is so much fun. I just say, okay, well, no problem. Thank you so much. If you do change your mind and you see me walking around, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to show you something. And then I just move on to the next group. Now, there is kind of a third group there. This is the wishy-washy, I don't know, right, type of people. Usually in that situation, what I'll do is I'll tell them, you know what, that's totally fine. If you don't feel comfortable, I don't want to ask you to do something you're not comfortable with. I'll just let you think about it, and if you change your mind, you see me walking around here, come and let me know, right? I don't try to convince that person because in my experience, if you have to convince a person to be on video and watch the magic trick, the person that's watching the magic trick is maybe going to feel a little pressured into that situation, and they're not going to be enjoying the magic trick. They're not going to be reacting the way that you want. They're not going to be good on camera. They're going to be like nervous the whole time, like, oh man, the camera's like on me. What do I do? Blah, 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 right? So if it's someone like that, I usually just say, just have a think about it. I'm going to be around, and if you decide you want to come see some, you let me know. And the cool thing is a lot of the times they'll come up and they'll be like, hey, so yeah, I kind of want to try it out. Now, let's just say you get someone that says, yes, I would love to do this. What you're going to want to do is make sure that you get their verbal or written consent, right? And if you get their verbal consent, you want to get that on camera. So what I usually do is I say, all right, perfect. Can you do me a favor? That's my buddy Dave over there. Say hi, Dave. Say, my name is so-and-so, and I give Michael permission to use this video in any way that he wants to, right? They say that to the camera, and now what I've just done is I've gotten verbal consent. But I didn't just have them tell me, I have them say it to the camera, so that later on, when that video goes viral and they come after you and you're like, oh man, like the video is all viral, I want my money, I want my cut, I want you to take it down, this and this, this and this. You could say, look, I'm so happy that the video went viral, but like, you knew that that was gonna happen. I asked you for permission to use this any way I want. I told you what I was gonna do with it. I told you I was gonna post it on YouTube. And then a bunch of people saw it and it did really well, and now it's there and now you want your cut. I'm sorry, man, we didn't agree to that. You know, and you wanna have all of that stuff, like you wanna have proof of that. So either you wanna have it verbally communicated to the camera, or what you could do is you could have a written contract. Now, I'm not a huge fan of written contracts, mostly because having someone sign like a release form or something like that, it adds a level of, I don't want to say professionalism, because professionalism is a good thing. It adds a level of like, look, this isn't just like a cutesy little video anymore. Like, what am I signing? Like, I have to sign something for this now? You said you were just going to show me a magic trick and Dave was going to film it. Now you're telling me that I have to sign something, right? It adds an extra level of stress to the spectator for whatever reason. And I completely get it. If someone handed me something and asked me to sign it and I didn't know what I was signing, I wouldn't feel comfortable signing that either. So can you do that? Yes, it's probably good for like a more professional, more commercial thing where you have like a big camera crew with like lights and like rigging and like a microphone and like all this stuff. You're probably going to want to have them sign some sort of release for that kind of setup. But if it's just you and your buddy and you're going around getting footage for your YouTube channel, you don't have to have them sign anything. Just have them verbally tell you that it's okay to use the video. Now, if they're out in public anyway, there's not really anything that they can do about it because it's public. You don't have any expectations of privacy while you're out in public. So if you're filming somebody, as long as you're not stalking them, harassing them, doing something illegal, the sole fact that you're videotaping them, they can't really do anything about anyway. But having said that, you don't want to go around just taking videos of people, and you don't want to hide the camera either. You don't want to do like a hidden cam thing where you're performing for them, because then later if the video shows up and you filmed them not only without their permission but like in secret, that is kind of like sketchy territory. So yeah, that's my advice when it comes to that. Now, the last thing that I want to touch on is unusable footage. Let's just say you're performing and you are collecting footage and a spectator doesn't react the way that you want, or something flashes, like the camera caught something they shouldn't have seen, or someone, for whatever reason, everything's going great and then towards the end, the trick doesn't go well. You find the wrong card, or you're performing and then the spectator starts heckling you for some reason and you have to get your way out of the heckle, and then you do the big reveal, and then even though they were heckling you, they're like, oh my God, that was so cool. Don't throw that footage away. You can always cut that footage up into smaller bits and create a highlight reel, or use it for your YouTube shorts or your TikTok videos to be able to drive traffic to your more long form videos, right? So usually we have two different styles of video. You have your long form videos and your short content videos, right? Your long form videos are gonna be like 5, 10, 15, 20 minute long videos. Maybe, perfect example is, have you guys ever seen the street magician, Jason Marr? He goes out and he performs, and he'll post a bunch of like quick video clips on his channel, either one-on-one with the camera or video clips of his performance when he's busking or anything like that. Like little bits that like draw you into his channel. But then he has his sort of vlog style videos where, like, he did one where he performed Pokemon Tea by myself and KTLA, where he went around, he visited a friend in Japan, he went to like the grocery store and they were picking out like Japanese treats, and then he went to like a playing card shop and he got some like trading cards and stuff, you know, like Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh and all that. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to show you something kind of cool with these Pokemon cards. And then he does like the magic trick, right? But the whole video is like 10 minutes long, but the magic trick part of it is just a small little bit. Well, what you have now are a couple of things. You have the long form video where you're performing the whole thing, and then you have the short little clip of you doing the magic with the Pokemon cards, right? So you could take that short little clip And you can use that clip for the short, or you can, you know, include it with the larger long form video. And it's kind of the same idea when it comes to getting these videos that maybe are not usable. You could be like, oh man, well, I was hoping to post like this full performance, but I flash here and then this guy didn't react the way that I wanted to. But then at the very end, after I did it, they like react like crazy. Well, you can maybe clip out all the other stuff and you can just show the reaction, and you can post that video and you can be like, you know, people in Australia reacting to English magician's magic trick or whatever, and you do the trick and and they're all freaking out or whatever, right? So like you have that little clip, and then you can drive them to your channel, you drive more engagement that way, and you get them watching your long form videos now. Where now you can maybe have a video that says, English magician visits Australia and this is what happened. And it's like a vlog style video where you're showing your, you know, you're walking around and you're showing like all these different things that you've done, and you're trying new food and all of that. And then maybe you got like 7 or 8 different performances. You use the performance that from start to finish worked the best, but in between you can sprinkle the little bits of the other stuff, like little reactions and this and that. So a lot of different ways that you can use footage that is otherwise unusable. All right, my friends, well, that is my advice on going out and collecting footage of you performing magic. Remember, always get permission, find out where you're allowed to be, where you're not allowed to be, find out what your state laws are, get consent from the individuals that are going to be in the videos. And remember, no footage is unusable. You can always use it for something, even if you have to chop it up into tinier bits that you can use in a highlight reel or something like that. You're always going to want to make the most out of the time that you spend going out and collecting your footage. But anyways, let me know, guys, in the comment section below, what are some of your tricks of the trade when it comes to performing magic out on the streets and collecting video footage of it. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.